Hello boys and hello girls, welcome to Amazing Atheist World. Okay, that's enough singing for one episode. Or not. There's a douchebag on YouTube. Oh my. Oh my. There's a douchebag on YouTube. Amazing Atheists, tell us, who's this guy? His name is How the World Works. And he's a big, fat, stupid, ugly jerk. Well, actually, he's quite skinny, but the rest of what I said is accurate. I am fucking awesome. You ever been sitting around thinking to yourself, you know what YouTube really needs? A guy just like SXE Phil, only really, really conservative and without any jokes. The correct answer is no! You have never thought that. No one has ever thought that. There is absolutely no demand for any such thing. But that hasn't stopped How the World Works for giving us a supply for a fictional demand. I want you guys to take my hand as I embark on a magical journey through one of How the World Works' videos.
The cheapest car the world has ever seen is now being brought to India for $2,000 per car, which will bring prosperity to millions and millions of poor people. Guess who's upset? The environmentalists.
Foolish environmentalists, concerned about the welfare of the planet. They act like this is the only planet we have. Damn, boy, you got you some George Lucas shit going on there.
The Austrian man Josef Fritzl, who was accused of raping his daughter thousands of times and locking her up in a cellar with her children that he fathered with her, leaving some of the children to die, is now going to be punished, get this, by being put in a 12x16 cell with television, computer, music, and a pet if he wants one, funded by the taxpayers. If you look behind you, my studio apartment is around 12x16, and I don't have time or can afford a dog right now. So what you're telling me is if I go to Austria, rape someone 1,000 times, lock her in a cell, and kill her baby, the government will pay for my television, pay for a dog, and allow me to live in a bigger home. That's European justice for you.
Fucking European scum. Don't they know prison is to punish people, not to rehabilitate them? They think they're all that with their much lower prison incarceration rates and significantly lower murder rates, but that don't mean nothing. This is America, boy. We don't pay attention to no results. We just want our fucking bloody vengeance. Yeah, that's all that matters. I don't care if the murder rate quadruples. Doesn't matter none to me as long as we're punishing them criminals. Long as we got our axes to grind and we chop them up into little bits and feed their parts to hungry dogs. We shouldn't be giving these prisoners dogs. We should be feeding them to dogs. Every prisoner should wake up every morning and just have a guard come and beat him awake with a stick. Yeah, 'cause they're sick bastards. The sick bastards deserve all the most horrible shit to happen to them. 'Cause that's the American way. Here in punishment land, where we don't give a fuck about rehabilitation, we don't give a fuck about doing anything to effectively control the crime rate. We don't want to follow successful European models. We want blood. This has been a look into your soul. Hope you enjoyed it.
And Europeans have the audacity to tell us that we're backwards because many of our states allow the death penalty. This man should have been put to death.
Yes! We should have put him to death, because that would have unraped his daughter and unkilled his children. Because when you kill an evil person, all of their evil is undone. This is a well-known fact.
For example, when we actually will start running out of oil, maybe in the next, 500 years or so, if not more.
What? What? There is not 500 years worth of oil left on this planet. Not at the rate we're using it. Not at the increasing rate we're using it. And even if there were 500 years of oil left on this planet, we've already gotten most of the easy shit. In order to get the shit that we have not yet gotten, we have to do a lot more exploration, and we're going to have to build bigger, more expensive machines to drill deeper and deeper into the earth. If it costs more to get the oil, it costs more for the oil. Oil is quickly becoming price inefficient. Don't you remember just like a year a fucking go? One fuck year back. Gas was fucking $4 a gallon and every American was like, gas is so expensive, can't afford to fuel my giant horrendous fucking SUV of doom. Remember that? You don't fucking remember that. You're stupid. I mean, is there something in your head? You know, when you were on the little baby assembly line, did they run out of brains and just throw some fucking marshmallows in there? I'm kind of confused. 500 years, where did you get that fucking number? You reached your hand inside your ass, grabbed a number, pulled it out, looked at it, and said, 500 years, that's how much oil we got left. Besides, asshole, there's a good reason to get off oil. It's so we're not beholden to crazy desert tribes in the Middle fucking East. Ever fucking consider that? No, you didn't. You know why you didn't? 'Cause you're fucking stupid. That's why.
In other news, Robert Mugabe was listed as the world's worst dictator. And the reason why he was listed as this year's #1 worst dictator was, get this, because of high inflation and high unemployment. I guess they ignored all the murders, but even so, they just did it based on inflation and high unemployment. Well, with Barack Obama's budget and with printing of $1 trillion from the Fed, you can expect inflation to go high in America as well as unemployment. Maybe we'll see Barack Obama listed up there in the next 4 years.
The unemployment rate in the United States of America is around 8%, with some experts saying it will be around 9.4% by the end of the year. That is pretty bad. The unemployment rate in Zimbabwe, where Robert Mugabe is the dictator, is 80%. Let me contrast this for you. This is 8%. This is 80%. You're an idiot. Any fucking questions?
In international news, China is now having Marx the Musical. That's right, Karl Marx the Musical. Yeah, I guess Karl Marx deserves a musical. His ideology only created the greatest famine in world history and killed 100 million people in 80 years.
You know, I have to point out that communism isn't the only ideology that Marx inspired. He also inspired social democracy, which is a fairly successful mode of governance and is used by many successful countries to this day.
And lastly, the Tata Nano, a car that only costs $2,000, is going to be released to India. That will provide cars for millions of people in India that could not afford one until now. That's going to allow millions of poor Indians to transfer goods and services to poor places that desperately need it. And this will uplift the standard of living for millions, unlike what Karl Marx was able to do. But guess who's against it? You guessed it, the radical environmentalists. Evidently, they're concerned that these cars are going to bring too much pollution to India and clog the roads. You people better wake up. These radical environmentalists are not about the environment. They are just anti-human being Marxists.
I think we've heard just about enough. I agree with you that there is a bit of hypocrisy to American environmentalists who probably drive around in cars themselves, getting all butthurt when Indians start driving cars. But on the other hand, being concerned about the environment doesn't make them anti-human Marxist scum. I'm scared. Marxism, regardless of what it may have actually inspired, was intended as a pro-human philosophy. It's about taking power from the few and giving it to the many. And as to whether or not it has ever worked or could ever work, that's up for debate. You cannot just take the worst examples of something and say, oh look, this is a bad idea.